Hello?
What?
No, I'm talking to my pops. Hello?
Next time you'll do better.
What are you legends made
I'm
of?
job master.
Emotions?
Wherever we land, we will make it beautiful.
Kia kaha and bring your
What's up?
What up?
Intelligence is just a word to you.
Chilling, you know me. Ain't going to work, fuck them.
I bet
I'm
just checking out my captured videos. I got us that game with the rampart when I sprayed down the door.
Nah, basically what happened yesterday. It's just life, bro. Life is fucking with me, you know. I haven't told you, but now you know. I just told your mom and shit. But I just fucking with her, right? And you know, when she starts seeing me out with a couple bitches, you know, guess what? She came back around. Of course, I should have known, you know, like of course the bitch gonna come back around when she know that I'm, you know, seeing other people because she's seeing it on Instagram. So basically, we just talking, you know. Well, I want you in my life, Marcus and Langston, you know. I want you this and that with you. I want to be with you. I miss you. And I was just mad at you during that whole time when we wasn't talking because I was mad at you because you didn't know that you was hurting me. And I'm like, oh. She's like, yeah, I've been going to therapy and this and that. But before I continue with the story, I'm going to talk about the therapy real quick, just briefly to you. That she goes to therapy, right? And she doesn't talk to her therapist about me and her confrontation at all. Like, you are not addressing it or even speaking about it or on the ways. If you really want to be with that person, why aren't you saying to your therapist, like, what do I need to do to keep him in my life? Also, on top of me rebuilding myself up to the person that I want to be. She's not saying that. And the reason why I know she's not saying that, because she's not communicating that shit with me at all. So like how spoken and outspoken I am, I can text you and be like, hey bro, blah blah blah, and I have a whole reason behind it. Like, she's not like telling her therapist whatever she's doing the true thing of how she wants to be with me or this and that. But obviously if she's not speaking about it, you don't want to be with that person, you know. Like in my head, and that's what made me realize. So she's just not addressing the situation at all, you know, when she do go to therapy. And I always told her, like, that bothers me because you're not addressing the situation and you're not, you know, you don't think you did anything wrong or something. Like, she felt like she tells me that she did something wrong, but when it comes to talking to her therapist about me and her, she never brings up shit like that. She'd be like, well, I do bring you up to my therapist and this and that. I'm like, not enough, you know, because when I went to therapy, I also talked about her. I talked about you, Tyler. I talked about my blood brothers and sister. I talked about everybody, you know, because obviously that's what it is. And like I said, lately now, bro, I'm in a point that I used to not show emotion. Nigga, I show emotion so much, bro. Like, nigga, the shit be fucking with me. Nigga, Tyler, if you told me right now, nigga, you a bitch and you not my brother and you this and that, I fuck around, I will shed a few tears, but I will have to toughen up, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever on why you said that. But I know you, and that's what I told Trap. One thing Tyler ain't never do was risk our friendship, or he never did anything to hurt me. And if he did, guess what? He apologized. Out of a fucking man, and Tyler don't have to do that. And that's one thing I respect about you and I love about you, bro. You ain't never did shit to actually hurt me, bro. And I'm getting kind of emotional right now, but you ain't never did nothing to hurt me, bro. Like, in no bad way. And I respect you for that. And you a real nigga for that, because everybody around me tend to do dumb shit to hurt me, bro. And it bothers me. And I forgive, and I'm a open heart person. I don't want to change my heart and fucking be somebody that I'm not, nigga. Having a good heart is what motherfucking humans need nowadays. That's what people need. So, fucking, me and her just been talking. You know, we talking, and I told her, like, hey, if you're not trying to be in a relationship with me or rebuild a fucking relationship with me, then Ain't no point of us even doing it. Okay, I want to do that and I want to do this and that.
Find something good here.
So we just talking. Go on, you know, we talking and,
Find something good
you know,
here.
she wants to come over and cook food for me and shit. I'm not asking her this and stuff like that. So, but she wants to do it. So I'm like, okay, then come through and you can do it. And we also fucking. So the issue is that she's not communicating. When I tell you communication is key to anything, she's not doing it. So when it comes to fucking,
Mid-range.
this how our conversations be. I text you Tyler, I text you at 5:30, right? She don't text me back till 12:13 or 11:13 at night. And I'm like, okay, like that's cool and all, but you know, like whatever, you know, I'm letting her know, like maybe it's her parents, and she's like, you know, I ain't gonna disregard her situation, but bro, she be on Instagram liking my barber's girlfriend photos and shit when they go on trips and shit, but you can't text me back. You know what I'm saying? And I be saying this shit, like, you know, when you like someone on Instagram, you can see likes the lavish and others like it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, so she's not texting back. So one day she was supposed to come over here.
Enemy there.
She didn't come over. She lied to me. I don't think I ain't gonna say she lied to me,
Gravity cannon.
but I guess it's a lie. It's not adding. It don't add up. So she said she was gonna come over, right? And we had plans and shit, and I'm telling her like, bro, I ain't got time to, you know, fuck with you, or you fuck with me on this type of time where you're not. So she was supposed to come through. Did happen. Well, my dad tripping, and he got me watching the kids, and you know, the way her dad is, you know, already thinks blah 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 and blah blah blah, and you know, he's just horrible and shit like that. So she's like, yeah, we gotta cancel and stuff, and I went to Westport, you know, with Ariana, and that's when I think I got on Instagram, like, man, I'm fucked up, I'm drunk, nigga. So I went to somewhere and I told Lyric, like, hey, I'm about to go out. But during that whole time, Lyric never texted me back at all. So I'm just letting her know, like, we at the point, I thought we was at the point, like, hey, you can still tell me that you're doing something. I'm not gonna say no to it, even if I don't agree with it, you know. But like, dude, you know, fuck, at least communicate that you're doing something. So she was like, I ain't gonna do nothing, I gotta watch the kids. So I told her, hey, you know, I texted her when I was already leaving from downtown. I went to some place called the Jukebox downtown. It's like a 3-story white person place. It's cracking though. It's cracking, full of white folks and shit, but it's cracking. So then I left from there and went to Westport. Texted her, hey, I love you. And you know, it's like 12 o'clock already at night, 1 o'clock. I'm drunk and I'm driving. Luckily, I know what the fuck I'm doing. Like I said, I'm not that too drunk as a person. So I told her that I'm going to Westport. And she's like, where you going on Westport? I'm like, I'm going to Bridges, you know, the black people spot, but I didn't go there. Lyric been telling me she was going to Yard Bar the whole time, right? And she's been telling me that, well, I ain't sleep with no body Marcus for the last 7 months. I said, bitch, you a lie, bro. You ain't got to lie to me, bro. Like, the least you can do is tell me the truth. Like, I told you that I fucked like 3 girls. I don't give a fuck. If you tell the truth, why would I get mad, bro? Why would I cry? Like, when I told her that I fucked 3 girls on Marcus, I thought you didn't care about that, and I thought you would never do that. Bitch, what?
Y'all not together no more.
Thank you, Tyler. Exactly. So then I'm going to Westport. Back to that story. I'm going to Westport, and Yard Bar is right across the street from Bridge. I never went to Yard Bar. I went to everywhere on the plaza except Yard Bar. So Ariana with me. I picked up Ariana. Ariana stayed 3 minutes from Westport. I swear to God, she stayed right by that McDonald's on Westport. You know what I'm talking about, by that and shit? Yeah, that's right by Westport, damn near, by everything. So I picked up Ariana because I linked up with Mark and them from the game, and then we all went to Bridges, and I told Ariana wanted me to get out that night too. So I went to Yard Bar. Ariana's like, let's go to Yard Bar, because she go to Yard Bar a lot. She was like, let's go to Yard Bar. I went to Yard Bar. I went in the restroom. Like I said, Lyric didn't text me back after I said that. She just told me, be safe, LOL, right? I love you, be safe. On the Westport. Tell me why I went to Westport, right? And I went to the restroom, because you know when you get drunk, you gotta piss a lot. You just piss out that shit and it feel good. Went to the restroom, I come out, guess what I see? Weird. Right? Exactly. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? She's like, Bridgers, Tyler, across the street.
Oh, she lying.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you. So we in there, Ariana, because Ariana she seen Ariana first. She was like, Ariana's like, yo, Boo here. And she was like, he is? And her friend Logan is Deja's cousin, the fat, dark-skinned Deja from school.
Yeah.
Logan, some girl named Logan. I don't fuck with Logan. I don't fuck with none of her friends. Fuck all of them. And fuck Lyric at this point. So I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? I'm like, dude, you on some sneaky shit. How I'm on sneaky shit, Marcus? And she start crying in the club, mad at me, talking about how I'm embarrassing her and this and that. So that's before. Okay, so she seen me and I hugged her. I was like, damn, baby, what's up? Why you here? You know, laughing and shit, trying to play it off. I'm drunk, but I know what the fuck going on. Tell me why Lyric insisting that I go home. Lyric said, you hella drunk, Marcus. I never seen you like this. I don't trust who you around. Mark, I want you to go home. Marcus. I said, why go home? Why you want me to go home? I said, I know what the fuck I'm doing. I said, you know I don't get drunk. I said, I'm enjoying myself. I said, I just got another job. I'm getting money in the right way.
Check out this way.
You know, I got a little extra money to play around with. She was like, no, Marcus, I need you to go home. Lyric literally grabbed me. My bad, let me get one out of this cabinet. Lyric literally held onto my arm, and Logan was with her nigga, right? Her nigga had a friend with him. And Lyric, in my head, I'm like, Lyric, you supposed to occupy that nigga over there. I'm not dumb. I know how the shit go, you know what I'm saying? Like, if your girlfriend, your homegirl got a nigga, her nigga got a friend, a homeboy with him, you supposed to be occupying him. That's why you want me to go home. Tell me why, when she seen me, Logan got away from her nigga and start walking with me and Lyric. And in my head, I'm like, why the fuck are you even right here? Go fuck with your nigga. You don't have to follow Lyric around. Like, whatever. So Lyric insisting that I go home. She testing to see if I can drive. So I dropped them off at their car. She walking me outside. You know, she walked me all the way to Sunfresh over there. You know where Sunfresh is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I parked at, my Hyundai. So I walked over there and we got in the car. And she was like, I was like, okay, what you want me to do? I said, I'm going to drop y'all off at your car. I'm like, I'm not leaving. No, she want me to leave. But I'm like, I'm not going nowhere. And I dropped them off at their car. Tell me why I dropped them off at their car. I drove back. Ariana said we was going to Throwback. So then at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm about to go to Throwback. Tell me why I went back to the fucking Yard Bar. Ariana's like, nah, we're not going to Throwback. We're staying Yard Bar. Tell me why I paid my way to get in Throwback, which is across the street, right next to Bridgers. To leave out, right? I come back to fucking Yard Bar. Guess who I see again?
Blair again.
And her friend, she was like, well, Logan paid for me to get in, and she didn't want to waste her money. I said, bro, y'all not even supposed to be outside. You just said your daddy tripping and you watching the kids.
I'm taking the shot.
You lying to me. So we in there. She started crying and she actually left that time. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? So I'm arguing with her. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you on that sneaky, weird shit, bro? What the fuck are you doing? That shit not cool. You tell me to leave for you to come back. She's like, Logan wanted to see her niggas. No, bro, it's not that. I think it's really you, bro. And, you know, at this point, it's weird, bro. She wants to do this shit. She wants to do all of this shit. I used to think Logan was probably putting shit in her head. Man, you are stronger than that. So I know for a fact who you are today is whom you really are. I just wrote a song about the shit before I got on the game. Like, bro, this is who you really are, bro. Like, this is who you want to be. So, got her whole argument and talking about, Marcus, I'm tired of you accusing me of lying and this and that, Marcus. I'm trying to show you that I'm with you through whatever, and you don't hear me, and you keep declining it, and da da da. And I'm like, bro, if you don't want this shit to work, that's fine. I told you what it was and what it's not. If you don't like it, go on about your life. It's not hurting me, bro. You don't want me to be with nobody else. You just want me to be all for you. So, things go by, those weird ass responses. We argue, and then we talked about it. So then, way before that shit as well, like I said, she been telling me that she ain't have sex with nobody. I said, bitch, that is a damn lie. I know for a fact that it's a lie. And she talked about I ain't got time to focus on nobody. Now Robert Taylor, dude, that commented on her post and shit on Facebook, talking about let's go get something to eat. I said, Barry, so you telling me you ain't went on no dates, you ain't went to see no niggas or nothing? She's like, no, I was still moving like I was with you. Huh? I said, no way you was. If you
That's a
was
damn
mad at
lie.
me, thank you. Exactly. Even your mom and your sister said that. And I'm like, dude, if you was moving, if you was in a relationship, why keep going to the club if you know I don't like the club? She'll continue to do shit that I don't like and think it's no issue. And then if you was moving like you was in a relationship, we would have been smoked this shit out.
Y'all wouldn't even made it this far.
Thank you. So then, like I said, she half-assed those responses and shit, right? And she keep telling me, I told Lyric, like, hey, is there anything else you need to tell me, about, if you did something with somebody else, let me know. Like, I'm not gonna get mad, you know what I'm saying? Like, I fuck 3 bitches, and I don't give a fuck, like, you may have cried, when I told her the first day she called me or whatever, wanted to talk to me, I told her, and shit, but, like, if you fucked another nigga, let me know, because if I find out later down the line, it's gonna be issues. She's like, wow, so you think it's gonna pop up? My answer still haven't changed. And when I asked her that question, she get mad. That's how you know somebody is, like, if you telling the truth, why are you getting mad? When somebody asking the same question? If you telling the truth, you wouldn't even respond like that, like, you wouldn't even fucking, like, get mad.
Yeah, you wouldn't even be worried about it because there's no chance it would come up.
Exactly. Thank you. And she gets super mad to the point she don't even want to have a conversation. I'm like, bet. And and when people do that, like you said, like if you tell them the truth, bro, you wouldn't even let the shit make you mad. Especially in the process of rebuilding, when you broke that trust and you started this infidelity in the relationship. I didn't start this shit. You did. I didn't do nothing. I did my wrongs, right? And I apologized when I found out about it. You the one who started this infidelity. You the one who turned behind my back, didn't let me know behind my back nothing. So that shit happens, right? And then tell me why, okay, this also concerned me about our, this rebuilding process, if it was truly rebuilding. She'll come through and we'll just be fucking. Like, bro, this is not helping nothing right now. You know what I'm saying? Realistically, this shit is not helping nothing. And I'm like, okay, you can't even communicate with me in the right ways or nothing. Or when you get mad or sad, you don't even want to communicate with me. She talk about, I can't communicate with nobody, Marcus, and I thought I was good, and da. So basically, more of the story in that aspect. Lyric wants all of me, Tyler, but I can't get all of her. She said, this all I ever wanted was to get all of you. And I'm like, okay, you got to give me the same shit back. I don't think I can do that. I think I'm incapable of doing that. I don't want to dog you out, Marcus. I don't want to play with your feelings, and that's why I told you that I don't think you should have even done this, because I don't think I'm ready. I thought I was ready, but the stuff that's going on in my life is kind of holding it back for me to do these things, like me not having a car and this and that. But I'm like, bro, that shit is materialistic, and you just using an excuse to not be with me and to hide what we got going on. So I went out to eat with her too at Red Door Bar and Grill, and I was just gonna post on Instagram like, hey, look at a friend, look at my friend, look at a friend who came by, like, ain't nothing wrong. She ain't want me to post it. She said, I think that's moving too fast. I said, huh? I said, bro, it's not like we in a relationship or something. I said, I'm just posting you as a friend. Why can't I post you? She's like, just don't do it, please, for me. And I'm like, huh? I'm like, okay, whatever.
She hiding some shit.
Thank you, exactly. So then, like I said, she want all of me, but I can't get all of her. So when I want her to communicate, or like, it's stuff that I need her to do, and she be like, "Well, you putting me in a, I mean, you making me go back to that same stuff back in the day, or how I was prior before to the situation." I'm like, okay, if I'm putting you in that predicament, then we shouldn't even be talking. So then, she told me the other day before we went to go see Multiverse of Madness. She's like, Marcus, I don't
I'm
think we
already in the
should,
next
you know,
ring.
do this
More
or
time to
this
gather
and that. But I'm like,
supplies.
dude, why the fuck would you come here? And now, also on top of that, like all these confrontations, you know, back then, she said I didn't want to speak about what's wrong. Like I said, when I see a woman in front of me crying about a fucking discussion that we having, I used to say, fuck it, bro, let's not even talk about it. So I'm like, that's how I was with Lyric, because all Lyric do was start crying in front of me, dude. And I told you this. What the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm gonna drop the whole conversation and ignore it. Let's drop it so you don't have to be hurt. And now that I'm talking to her about it, guess what? It's the same issue. It's still a problem. How? What the fuck am I doing? It's still a problem. Or, Marcus, it's not you, it's me. Da da da, it's not you, Marcus, it's me. And in reality, nigga, when she's saying that, it is her, you know? I'm doing everything that you asking me to do. Well, not that you asking me to do. This is who I am and how I'm gonna treat my woman. Like a woman that I want to be with. Like, if you don't want to talk about this shit, you know, now that I'm talking about it, whatever. So, now, she was over here, right? Like I said, we sometimes just fuck all fucking day. And nigga, we woke up the next morning, and when she was over here, you know, our phone got that do not disturb shit. So I don't hear nothing on her phone go off the whole time she's with me. Nothing. Nothing at all. And I'm like, dude, you ain't gotta keep that do not disturb on. Like, let the phone go off if the phone go off. It's like, what the fuck I'm gonna do? Like, she's like, ain't nobody been texting me or nothing, da da da. Lying. She lying, bro. It's on do not disturb for a reason. You know? So, nigga, I'm in front of her, right? And